As a self-published author, it's important to set goals for yourself and have a plan in order to have a successful year. I'm hoping that 2025 is going to be my best year self-publishing yet, so I'm going to share with you the goals that I've set for myself in order to make that happen. Hi, I'm Krista Tomlinson, self-published author of 17 romance novels. 2025 for me is going to be a rebuilding year of sorts. So I kind of fell off the past few years due to illness, both mental and physical, and to kind of really not knowing what I was doing with my career. As you can tell from my back catalog, I was kind of just publishing everything, and I didn't really have, my own kind of niche for what I wanted to publish. I was kind of confused about that, and so I've really kind of figured that out. And so I want to kind of take 2025, set some new goals, and I've decided on what it is that I really want to publish. And so I'm just going to kind of rebuild myself as an author. So I'm like that scrappy, sports team that comes back, after some hard times, and just kind of by the end of the movie they're all successful and winning stuff. That's what I want to be me for 2025, but with publishing romance novels. So I have several goals that I have set that I would like to meet this year, or you can look at them as just having a plan, because as Benjamin Franklin said, if you don't have a plan, you're planning to fail. And so I basically kind of set myself this plan and to kind of help me reach that goal of rebuilding my author career. So like I said, I'm going to share those goals with you, and I've broken them down into 5 separate categories. Category number 1 is the most important category. It's my books. What am I going to do with my books this year? So to kind of make that easy for me to see when I'm going to be meeting them, I've kind of listed them by quarter. So for this first quarter, January, February, March, I have several things that I want to do, and I'm going to look at my list here. So I want to recover Alpha Awakened. So Alpha Awakened is the only book that I published last year. It starts a new series, a paranormal military romance novel where the characters are wolf shifters. And I had a cover that I liked, which I was trying to do something. I'm going to explain that later. I was trying to do something with those covers, and I realized that they really just weren't what the market was looking for. So I have redone the covers. So I'm going to be, actually by the time this comes out, I may have already changed it. If not, it'll be soon after that. So that's the first thing I want to do, is recover the Alpha Awaken, and then from there it will kind of go what the rest of the books in the series will be on that same style of cover as opposed to the one that I started with. My second goal for quarter 1 is to publish Alpha Infected. Alpha Infected is a novella that kind of follows up the just kind of a side quest for the characters for Alpha Awaken. It's not necessary to read this book in order to continue on with the series, but I thought it would be just kind of a fun thing to do. I originally had planned to do it for Halloween, because it's like a scary story. But I realized after I published Alpha Awakened, since I published that October 9th, that I really just needed a break. My brain was tired. I don't know why I always think that I can do another project immediately after finishing, because I cannot. I need at least like a 2 or 3 week break to kind of just reset and get recharged in order to be able to do that. So, and then of course, by that time it was the holidays, and so it was like better to just go ahead and just wait. So I want to go ahead and get Alpha Awaken published this quarter, because it's a fun story, and just to kind of follow up with that, and it does kind of play a part in the rest of the series. But like I said, it's not necessary to read it. But I think the readers will enjoy having little side short novellas to read as they wait for the next big book in the series. My third book goal for quarter 1 is to publish a lead-in. So what I'm looking to do is just to have kind of a short story or a novella that I can kind of share around my genre of readers, just to kind of get them interested in the series that I'm publishing, because it is something new. My name has kind of fallen off, so readers aren't really as aware of me as they used to be. So just to kind of get my name out there and get the people interested in the series, this is just a short novella that I want to put out there that I can give away for free. It's not required to sign up for anything as far as like my newsletter or anything like that. It's just a free short story that I plan to share. So get that out there, and then just because as a prequel to the series, just as a lead-in for people to kind of discover. And then I'm eventually going to put it up on Amazon, but probably only for like 99 cents, because I want, again, people to be able to easily get this story and kind of help them see, oh, this is great, so let me see what else these characters are doing with the rest of the series. So that's what I'm planning on doing for this lead-in. And my final book goal for quarter 1 is to publish Reaper Pack Book 2. I am working on that currently. It's basically just follows on, I believe, a year after Alpha Awaken ends. But it's new characters, new main characters, because in this series, which is the Reaper Pack series, it's always going to be new characters, new main characters for the romances, but the story, the plot kind of continues on from book 1, which has already been published, all the way up to the end of the series. So, getting book 2 out is really important, because a lot of people really enjoy book 1, and they're looking forward to having book 2 as well to continue on with the series. So I don't want to leave them hanging. I don't want to lose that momentum. I only have two book goals for quarter 2. The first is to recover the Sergeant series. The Sergeant series is most of those books are books that I published long ago. I published the first one, which was the Sergeant, in 2014. Those covers they're beautiful covers. They were really nicely done. But I've had those covers for 10 years. So I think it's time for them to have an upgrade, to be refreshed, get a new look. And that way we can kind of gain a new audience for readers who have not, been exposed to the Sergeant series and who might want to try it. Having some new covers just kind of really gives you a chance to really refresh it and give you some fresh new promo for them. So it's time for that. And just kind of last year, I believe, was just a new look for those boys. I think that'll really kind of help get that series selling again. My second and final goal for quarter 2 is to recover the Arch City Guardians series. The Arch City Guardians, that's my St. Louis superheroes series. It's one that I love, and it didn't really sell very well. I'm not quite sure. There are probably a lot of factors involved there. I wasn't really doing great with promo at the time, and superheroes aren't that big of a seller for romance novels, and I gave them ugly covers. I think that was about the time where I really first started doing covers by myself, and I was kind of learning how to do it. I wasn't sure exactly what I want. I knew what I wanted, but I think what I wanted wasn't what the market wanted. And they also just didn't look very professional, the first ones that I did. And so I tried a couple different things and finally settled on one that was okay, but I really think that it still just doesn't look, it doesn't look great, and it doesn't really say superhero. It doesn't really say romance at all. So I want to recover those and see if that gives them a little shot in the arm to kind of get some juice, get selling. Because I did stop writing that series. Like I said, it wasn't popular. It wasn't making any money. The first book did okay, not great. The second book, I don't think I made back anything of what I spent on that book. So I'm hoping maybe if I give them new covers and kind of relaunch them, that might help a little bit. And maybe one day down the road, I might continue it, at least kind of finish it off with the final book. But again, they need to sell for me to spend more time writing them. So I'm going to start off with recovering them and see how that helps. My first book goal for quarter 3 is to publish a reader magnet. If you're not aware what a reader magnet is just something that you give away for free in exchange for someone signing up for your newsletter. So a reader magnet can be several different things. It can be a bonus epilogue. It can be just some cool side facts about your story, about the story that they've already read. It give me lots of different things. What I want to do is just kind of write, just like I was kind of doing with the lead-in that I talked about earlier. I would like to do just a short novella that I can put up in exchange for, so you get this free novella in exchange for giving me your email, and then now you're signed on to my newsletter, and that way I can now email you and let you know what I have going on with my books that I'm releasing, when I have sales. So just a way to kind of get in contact with readers. So I want to write that. And since I'm kind of building this year off of the Reaper Pack, it's going to be a Reaper Pack world novella. So within that universe that I'm creating. Of course, I know I should probably already have one, but my goal right now is to get the books out. I had to sit down and think what's more important to me right now. Is it getting like the magnet and stuff done, or is it getting books out there to sell? And for right now, I decided that I really want to have my books available for purchase, get those books up there for readers to read. And so that was more important. So I want to get the first 3 books in this series finished first. I've already got Alpha Awakened. So once I finish books 2 and 3, then I'll take that time, write the reader magnet, get it up there, and that way, once I start getting people sign up on my newsletter, hey, look, I've got 3 books that you can go and check out. So that's the first goal for quarter 3. And my second and final goal for quarter 3 is to publish Reaper Pack Book 3. So that will give me, like I was mentioning before, the 3 books in the series all settled, all ready for sale, all up there for readers to go ahead and read 1, 2, 3. It's really important, like I said, for me to get those 3 books up there because, one, it lets readers know that I'm serious about the series. And so they'll see, oh, there's 3 books out there, so let me go ahead and give this series a try. And that also for me will let me see, is this series worthy of continuing? So if I've got 3 books out there and some freebies floating around and it's still not selling anything, then that lets me know, oh, readers aren't interested in this, so probably move on and do something else. If I've got 3 books out there and they're selling well and they're getting some popularity and readers are sharing that they like them and I'm getting some good sales for them, that lets me know, okay, go ahead and continue. Because you can't really decide from one book unless you have one book and it just does terribly. If you're a brand new author, you can't really judge from that because you don't have an audience yet. But if you've already got something of an audience and then you launch one book and it just does really badly, then it kind of lets you know, ooh, maybe people don't want to read this. Maybe I need to write something else. But, like I said, once I have 3 books, I can kind of be a better judge of that. So that's why I really want to get those 3 books out before the year is up. So let's move on to the goals for quarter 4. So for quarter 4, I again have 2 goals. The first is to publish a Reaper Pack Halloween novella. So again, this is something just like the one that I wanted to do last year, but it's going to be coming out in January. Just a scary story because I think it would be fun because the Reaper Pack is, a paranormal shifter romance, and so that kind of leads itself to doing something for Halloween. And I think that would be fun, especially since I want to do something for Christmas as well and with other series or another year, and I may do that, but the Christmas market is really crowded for books, whereas Halloween not so much. And so I was thinking that could be a really great tie-in for myself. If you're looking for something to read for Halloween, here you go. And I've also got some other goal that kind of ties to that, which I'm going to talk about in another category. But that's why I'm really excited to do some stuff for Halloween. And I love Halloween, and I love scary stories. So, so that's why I'm excited to write that. And then my second goal for quarter 3 is to publish Blood Debt. Blood Debt is the second book in my Sanguis Syndicate romance series, which is vampires and mafia. I kind of set that aside for a couple different reasons, which I'll talk about later. But yeah, I set that aside because I just wasn't able to get it finished, and so my brain was like, well, let's try something else, and that's when I wrote Alpha Awaken. But I do want to finish that series, so I'm going to finish that second one this year, and then next year do the third one, and that will probably kind of wrap that series up. I might do some novellas or something, but so that's my goal for quarter 4. My second category is marketing. So marketing has been something I have not done well these past few years. I think I did marketing really well my first few books, first couple series, and I really just kind of fell off. And marketing is hard. I'm not going to lie. Marketing is hard, and a lot of times I just don't want to do it. Or I will just spend so much time trying to figure stuff out that by the time I figure it out, I'm tired and I don't want to do it now. So I need to really make marketing a serious goal this year because, I can't sell a book to people if they don't know it exists. So marketing is really important to rebuilding. So I have several things that I want to do for marketing goals. The first is to have consistent social media. I don't know exactly what that's going to look like. What I want to do because social media right now is just changing. I've kind of really let go of Twitter. I'm not calling it X because pretty much all of the romance crowd that I interacted with on there has abandoned ship. The only reason I'm still on there is just because I have a lot of fan artists for my current Soap Ghost fandom or the Call of Duty fandom is on there, and I like to see their work. And so, but pretty much everybody else is gone, or if they're still there, they don't really post. So there's not really much point in me posting there anymore. And then, of course, we don't know what's getting ready to happen in the TikTok. Today is January 10th, I believe, as I'm filming this, and apparently that leaves them like that's 9 days unless the Supreme Court steps in. So I don't really know what I'm going to be doing with TikTok, or even if TikTok stays around. I don't know if I want to stay with it because TikTok is hard. So because you have to do, videos and stuff like that. And so I don't know if that's something that I want to put my effort in, if it would be easier for me to do something else. I'm not sure, but I do need to figure out a social media plan and go ahead and stick with it and be consistent with it no matter what it is that I pick, so that I can kind of build that audience and they can kind of expect to see me. And I can, so that when I do have a book to announce or a sale to announce on something, I have an audience there to see it and they can expand my reach by sharing it and stuff like that. My second marketing goal is my newsletter. I have a newsletter. It's still fairly small. I believe there's like 520 people on it, but that's like 520 people. If they're all still active, that's a big chunk of people that I can contact and let them know, hey, I've got a book available. Hey, I've got, this to share. Hey, I've got this. So it's important to, make sure that I can, contact them on a regular basis and have things that I'm sharing with them. I don't want to just say, email them once every 4 months, hey, I have a book, go buy it. I mean, that's like kind of rude. And so I want to basically kind of build a relationship with the people who are my newsletter and just offer them fun things, little short stories, little things I'm thinking about, a little progress, so I do want to do that. So I would like to have my goal for my newsletters to send that at least twice a month, as opposed to just, like I said, only sending when I have a new book to sell. So twice a month is to kind of send out to my newsletter. And that also keeps my newsletter from emails starting to think that my newsletter is spam because it only shows up, 2 or 3 times a year. If I'm sending regularly and the readers are regularly opening it, then the email people, however those bots work, they'll know that I'm somebody who's they should send their email to, as opposed to going to their spam or junk folder. My next marketing goal is to have a monthly plan. So like I mentioned with my social media, what exactly am I posting every day? What book am I going to be talking about from week to week? Also, and then what am I including in my newsletter every week or twice a month? What sales am I doing? Am I putting a book on sale since am I putting a book up for free? Am I going to be putting a book in one of the promo newsletters? So basically, you need to have a plan for what you want to do with your marketing. You can't just say, wake up one day, oh, I'm going to do this and expect to have results, because you want to make sure that it makes sense. So for example, I can do something where I can put, The Detective's Pleasure on sale for 99 cents. And so that way, that lets me know for that whole week, maybe on my social media, I'm sharing little tidbits about the Detective's Pleasure. I'm mentioning that it's on sale for 99 cents. I've signed up for a promo newsletter so they can send it out to their newsletter, their people on their newsletter. Hey, this book is on sale. And then, of course, in my newsletter as well, hey, if you like reading this book, if you haven't read it yet, or if you read it but you don't own it because you read it in KU, here's a chance to buy it for cheap. And just basically to have a plan, so I can plan ahead, know what's going on, know when I'm going to do particular sales and stuff like that. Because again, if you don't have a plan, you're planning to fail. My final marketing goal is to increase my searchable awareness. I don't know if that's a thing, or I'm sure there's a better word for it. I just want to make it so that people can find me. They're not necessarily searching for Krista Tomlinson, But if they're searching for something like paranormal military romance or paranormal romance or wolf shifter romance, then I'm going to come up, in some way. So, I want to kind of make sure that I've got my website. I'm kind of in the process of working on that now, where I get my website where I've got, keywords and things like that on the different pages. I've got some blog posts available up about it, so that kind of, if somebody puts in there, what is Omegaverse? Because I write Omegaverse, then my site might be something that comes up for them, and then they say, oh, well, she's writing about Omegaverse and she has some books, so let me check that out. Or then also, Pinterest could be another good way to make sure that I come up in search results for images and stuff. So that could be something good to do. And then maybe Google's ads. I'm not quite sure how those work, but I might want to try that out this year. So basically, and then just kind of being in different Facebook groups, maybe being on some different blogs that talk about romance. Just basically just having awareness out there. So not necessarily I'm selling something or an ad, but just making sure that my name is visible or that my books are visible. So when people search, I might be something that comes up for them. So that's something that I really want to make sure that I kind of work on that, because it's just a way to get some marketing without having to actually reach out to someone and market directly to them, The next category is my YouTube goals. So I have tried several times to start this YouTube channel. I believe twice, actually. So maybe this time, the third time, will be the charm. But I'm really hoping that restarting this channel, getting this out there, will be, again, another way to be for my searchable awareness that I was talking about before. And also, I really like YouTube. I watch YouTube all day, and so I just thought I feel like it would be a good fit for me to, see if I can get my name out there and just kind of help, because I like teaching, so I want to kind of teach about self-publishing and teach about writing romance, and just another place to share my work. So YouTube goals is restarting my channel is my first YouTube goal. So basically, I plan to my goal is to publish, or excuse me, to post 3 times a month. I don't want to put more than that, because I don't want to say every week, because if I miss 1 week, then I failed. There's no wiggle room there. So I figure if I do 3 times a month, then that gives me at least 1 week if something comes up, where if I mess up, it's okay. I'm still on board to kind of meet my goals, because I don't want to feel like I'm defeating myself, right off the bat, because I know it's going to be hard for me to do this, because YouTube takes effort. So I want to make sure that I give myself a little bit of wiggle room to kind of meet my goals and not feeling like I'm defeated if I miss 1 week. And my third YouTube goal is to start my Storycast channel. So that'll be a different channel than this one. And basically on there, that's going to be where I share my stories, kind of read by me, because this isn't going to be, big fancy with an audio narrator or anything like that. It's me sharing my stories, some short stories, some longer stories, reading my books basically, but with, something on screen so that you can either kind of zone out to it, or you can tune that out if you want. So I've got something really cool planned for Alpha Infected. So that should be coming out within the next couple of weeks. Once I do have that Storycast channel up, I will put a link below if you want to check it out. I believe actually I already made the channel. There's just nothing on it yet. But yeah, so next month when I publish Alpha Infected, I should have the first story. I should have the YouTube version to go along with that. So I'm really excited about that. I think it's going to be fun. So we'll see how that works out. Okay, so to summarize, here are all of my goals. I'm going to put those here. I'm going to put them up here on the side so you can see what all of my goals are, just to kind of review those. I like them. I think they're good. I think they're some good goals, personally. So that's my 2025 self-publishing goals. I hope you enjoyed going through them with me. I will be checking back in on my goals and just kind of reporting on them each quarter. So basically, as we go into quarter two, I will kind of report back and let you guys know how I did for quarter one throughout the year, so you can see how I did. Hopefully, I will do well. And obviously, posting is part of keeping up with my YouTube. So that's that's some video ideas right there. So basically, you were welcome to check back into my channel. Hopefully you'll come back for more videos, but I will be reporting on how I do for my goals. I would love for you, if you want to share your self-publishing goals, or if you have any questions about goals that you should have as a whether you're already self-published or you're getting started self-publishing. If you have questions about that, go ahead and put those down in the comments. I will be happy to help you. So that's it. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, I would love it if you left a like on this video and shared it with your friends if you have some self-published authors who might be interested in watching this as well. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.